I think Navi's a little bit better as a team, but Secret I think is a slightly better draft, so that makes for an even match.
Let's see how it turns out. I guess the good news here is they do likely keep the Timbersaw. They're going to run a bottom, it looks like. So they do get that Timbersaw versus Tidehunter matchup. Should be very favorable for Dendi. And they'll be running the Naga mid, who can always just farm the jungle with her illusions. Doesn't care as much about getting static linked as other heroes. They're more reliant on the lane. So maybe the lanes will be a bit better for Navi than what we discussed, but...
Ench looking to break those apart, though. Deep Observer Ward into the Radiant side. Not blocking any camps, but still, like, very deep.
Yeah, it does feel a little different for Navi though, and I think I'm going to be especially impressed if they take this one, running the Naga, running much more of like a late game oriented type strat, something more farm intensive. This is definitely not Navi's go-to play, so it would show that they're a deeper team than what some give them credit for.
They have a lot of Roche contests though, I think, with the Naga, like the Batrider
vision as well.
Yeah, decent vision, but I'm just worried about like if Navi's lanes go slightly poorly and then Secret get that first Roche, Naga's not really gonna have anywhere to farm. So I think that like Saneko in particular has to create a lot of space or interrupt the supports.
Is Artstyle starting straight Iron Talon jungle?
The battle begins.
I think he is. Our Night Stalker.
Is a great conductor.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have a Phoenix who isn't particularly good at level 1. They have an Iron Talon, Night Stalker, and then they have a mid Naga. Like all these are very weak in the early game, and then you're talking about it being matched up versus Enchantress.
Snakeo's gonna snipe the courier, it's okay. No, Puppy says, get the hell out of my woods. Often does pull off those early plays and trade a little bit here, trying to prevent him from getting that first early creep. Winning the right-click war for now. Really forcing Puppy back. Snakeo's being pesky. Does not want to give this Ench an easy time of it. Mid lane, we will see Arteezy playing the Razor, matched up against the Naga early on. General not getting help, and that is definitely the big difference. You mentioned
he's still up there. Like he's just trying to mess with Puppy as much as he can, and Puppy's actually forced to leave that area.
Yeah, has to head bottom. Will slow down his pressure on the mid lane. Trading blows here with Arteezy, getting a lot of chip damage in. Arteezy did start with the boots here, so trying to keep that static link going as long as possible.
And the chicken takes the super long way around too.
Wow, he even like drags the creep way back and then TP'd out. That's interesting.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But Puppy finally, he heads the other way. So all the while Artstyle just free farming. Looks like Batrider has retreated to start.
What does Naga have? Does she have a Quelling Blade?
She had a stout shield.
She's doing so well in CS. Relative to Razor. I think Razor with Drowara especially and an Enchantress threat should be like pretty ahead in CS.
And there's been no direct help mid, just the Phoenix slowing down the Enchantress's attempt to help. But now that's going to change. Tornado comes out, there's the static link, and Dityara without the boots will give up a lot of damage. Arteezy doing his best to slow him down early. And the Drow 10 and 3, so farm advantage definitely going the way of Secret here early on. But it is early, and Boba has been harassed pretty heavily by Dendi in this bottom lane, so I imagine we'll see him pick up, but as far as CS goes, Ben, not doing so hot. 3-1 on the Timber. It's a very advantaged matchup for Timber later once he gets more levels, but at these early levels, that Anchor Smash makes it very hard to last it.
And that early play too. Dendi can't really get as many denies as normal. And we see a line drawn, looks like they want to hook up early and perhaps smoke, but General, does he have a smoke on me?
This would be very unfortunate depending on when that rune pops. No detection.
Yeah, his invis is about to run out though.
Yeah, so Secret with 3 cores atop the CS chart. The Oracle getting some creeps as well. Everything's looking real good for Secret aside from Puppy still being level 1, but he has assisted the mid lane. He's not going to rotate. They may transition into an early push here. Dityara gets dove quite a bit by Arteezy, plus 59 damage.
They have no idea where the Ench is. They're actually expecting him to be over there. Where the ping is, and Snakeo's trying to...
He is not a Firefly yet.
One creep to go around.
This is a very fortuitous time to move in as Puppy gets his skeleton army there. General's going to juke through the trees. Are they going to find him? Pilot Eye begins to weave. And with that last creep going down, no, he wasn't actually in range. Level 3 already. General, still level 1 it looks like. There's the swoop through from the Phoenix, but a lot of experience here for Navi to claim. And Secret, doesn't seem like they're going to be able to fully stop him for doing so. General gets on top of Envy, plays in with the sticky napalm. Flows being traded back and forth. The double big birds doing their mating dance here in the trees.
If they can stop this first tower from falling with the first siege creep, then they'll be in a pretty good spot. But
General, that's a lot of damage.
Radiant's top tower is under
They're having
attack.
trouble standing in the lane against the double tornado.
yeah, so Nico tried his best to pull with the Icarus dive, but Puppy actually taking.
Puppy, please! Oh my goodness.
That happens sometimes. You know, you try and attack click your ally, and you're like, this tower has it out for me.
Tower?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah. That's a freebie for Na'Vi, and now they might get another one. Arteezy, right as that first knight hits, doesn't have any support. It's first blood to Na'Vi. A free kill also fed away top lane before they even get this push engine going. And I mean, talk about a quick turn of fortuitous events for Na'Vi.
So Nico really did, he did really well in the first 4 minutes. He slowed down the end from the first creep for like a good 45 seconds, I would say. And then 45 seconds doesn't sound like that much, but when you have a Night Stalker who's Iron Talon jungling and he's going to make a move at 4 minutes, that's like almost a quarter of the way there that he just, it's kind of free for all 3 lanes. They get vision of him. They have to, spend some extra resources to micro the courier, this ridiculous brood, and think about smoking. And I think that, I like Na'Vi's approach to the Enchantress, the early game. I guess they play it themselves too, so they definitely know.
I think it shows you that Na'Vi have a very clear style with their support. Sure, they're running a Phoenix. This is not quite the lane dominator that he was, 2-3 patches ago, but they still play it in a way that allows it to try and take over. That's just how Seneko handles his support play, whether it's Io, whether it's Phoenix, heroes that aren't really known for their aggression, but he showcases it anyway.
Secret resort back to the jungle with the Tide Hunter farming up that right camp, and Puppy trying to catch back up in CS. He is only at 13, so this won't be that fond of an inch, and it's pretty hard for him to gank anywhere. Naga will hit level 6 very, very soon. Bat Rider maybe feeling a little bit safer under the guise of nighttime.
Do they have any stacks right now on the side of Na'Vi?
I don't see any.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's not the fastest start here for the bat by any means. Looks like Seneko is going to start rectifying that now.
That's okay though. If he just went straight to the jungle, then they would have lost their tower at 3 minutes, super early, and Puppy wouldn't have died.
There's a chase on the Bulba here. Chakram will barely connect. He continues pursuit, forces out the Arteezy rotation. Also snagging an Invis on the way over, I believe.
They need to control the Ancient Sacks. Ancients, Drow can do it as well as Razor with Razor's ultimate, and...
Oh, Bulba, you thought the chase was over, buddy.
Okay.
Na'Vi say otherwise. They just keep on hounding him and quickly brings down. He was not expecting them to continue chasing.
They know about the jungle shenanigans that they like to run, and now he's trying to stand on top of her to disable the marksmanship. What a clown.
And V's like, where's my damage, guys? Still doing quite well here in CS, 40 and 8. Only the Naga just a tiny bit behind, but catching up nicely overall. And
Naga's ahead of Razor. That's great for Naga. You expect her to struggle a lot more.
Yeah, now she's at the point where it doesn't really matter that she had a bad laning stage, even if she did, because she can just go start farming stacks. But in fact, she's right up there as far as CS goes. Secret taking the tier 1, but not an overwhelming snowball by any means. And Envy, quick reactions there, gets off the gust right as the void was about to be attempted. Sarcel will have to back away.
So Na'Vi still haven't yet hit 6 men. Seneko, he's kind of the hero that they need to get level 6.
Gets punished and dove in the mid lane. Arteezy just at the level 4 plasma field and finds a kill there. Seneko trying to get his level 6 like you mentioned. Very important to have with this matchup especially. And it's Artstyle's turn to take a beating from Arthur, but it's just all about this experience for Na'Vi in the lane.
Yeah, they can get Tome a bit soon, and I wonder when Dendy's going to start joining the fights, but I think Secret actually have to make the first move, take down those towers, secure a Roche, prevent Naga from farming. Once Naga gets Radiance, this game won't be a lot harder for Secret, but that's, 10 minutes down the line. Yeah,
they do not have great solutions for Naga with Radiance. Very little illusion clear, very little AoE. The Drow with the Ags is decent, but that's going to be a while before he has it. Meanwhile, Artstyle chasing in, does force Arteezy back, baits out the Ravage. Bulba committing it to save his teammate, but He's going to be pursued as well with Digyara there, getting the body blocks in. The Firefly damage is going to start ramping up in secret. Boy, they sure love a Ravage now with 3 Na'Vi heroes diving them at the tower. Bulba, they will go down as Twilight Die there to try and keep him alive. Static Link on the General, quickly finished. Digyara still retreating, does not have the Song of the Siren available. He'll end up going down. They lose the Naga there. Ravage was committed. Felt like a waste at first, but Na'Vi got overly aggressive and they pay.
Yeah, almost if they had the lasso, that would have been an easy kill for them. However, Pilot Eye shows up at the right time with the Fate's Edict to save Bulba. And this should be a fairly easy T1 for them. And Na'Vi, now that it's daytime, and Phoenix had to slow down level 6, and Naga died. Secret have a lot more momentum.
Yeah, this is the ideal tower to be getting if you're Secret. Tier 1 mid will fall, that goes to Envy. Now they can look to get some deeper wards. It's also going to be daytime for a bit here.
They try to control too much area of the map at once. Like they secure like the right side of the map with the killing Bulba near that side, and then they try to invade the jungle at the same time. I don't think they have enough resources, especially with the Naga Siren, to do both at the same time. So they need to take a step back and concentrate on which areas they actually want to control and devote more and more heroes to that. And maybe if it's nighttime, they can kind of extend to other areas.
Artstyle and Arteezy going to be duking it out here, but a lot of damage stolen. They move forward, courtesy of the chain onto Arteezy. Still alive though, the Oracle assisting him through it. Dendy has the chain away. Now General joining the fray here as well. He gets nuked down, almost instantly blasted to smithereens. Barely surviving on just a little shrivel of HP, but Puppey coming in. Almost dead to the Oracle as well. General, will he end up falling? Puppey gets the last auto tech and secures the kill. And now Dendy has to run, so they forfeit their Bat Rider. They almost lose their Night Stalker. In fact, they will lose him too. Artstyle's down. Dendy could be next. Na'Vi hemorrhaging kills 3 in a row, and the tower slated to fall after that.
Phoenix was, I think he just hit level 6 in the mid lane, but wasn't able to stop that dive. They just needed a little bit more firepower there. There, Dendy got a couple heroes down to critical HP, 20%. Just needed a Phoenix.
Yeah, or, you know, perhaps a song, but Naga's not skilled it yet.
That's a pretty greedy build. But you really do not want to lose that tower. Now Secret just gonna march in a Rosh.
That's the Roshan control. Yeah. Tier 1 mid and Tier 1 bottom. A quick 1-2 punch, and exactly what the Doctor ordered for Secret. And to go with that, let's set the Ravage back online. So, not looking easy for Na'Vi to walk into the pit. Bat Rider Blink, I believe, still not ready yet. A ways to go, actually.
He was trying to stop these early T1s from falling. And we mentioned that a lot when we talk about dealing with the Drow Ranger. Stop all their T1s from falling and stop the Rosh. And it just does not seem like everyone is on the same page. Dendy still wants to contest his Rosh. And they do have the sleep available and the egg, so this might be the time for them to fight. So it wasn't a free Rosh. They still have that great vision around the pit. And now it's nighttime. And it's going to be nighttime for another 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, Na'Vi's still under cover of smoke, creeping in. Bulba's out in front, working the Ancients, but they see Envy. They swoop over this. The egg gets dropped immediately. Secret scrambling backwards. They're turning onto the egg. There isn't backup here. Naga, I don't know if they'd use the Psalm to ensure that thing went off, and so they'll lose the Phoenix. They may lose more. Dendy's in too far. Miscommunication, it seems, from Na'Vi. Another 2 kills down the drain.
The egg was a little bit too close to the cliff. If it were like slightly more to the right, then I think Na'Vi would have crushed them if they tried to run down the hill to kill that egg. But yeah, just not really great teamwork from Na'Vi. As you mentioned, the sleep not really saving the egg. They could have easily comboed that and dropped the Chakram. Or timed it as a supernova with a bit of fire, drop Firefly on everyone and get some stacks up of napalm, but
I think just ensuring the egg goes off there, then you get another dive out of that, the Sunray goes off. At that point, I think you're, at very least, Na'Vi are going to force Secret back.
They would have been ravaged though, so maybe like that was the line of using that.
Well, now there's Ravage and Secret get a Roshan, so it doesn't feel
I think if you want to fight that, you have to use all your ultimates, or maybe I don't know. I don't think you want to use sleep to set up though. Like using sleep to go in first is not a great idea. I think they have to use it in combination with the egg. Yeah. So egg first and then sleep.
Yeah. They could have just sacrificed Seneko alternatively and just let him go, but then Dendy went in. So clearly, 2 different ideas about how to approach that fight. In any case, it leads to Secret taking the Roshan, and with that, Envy, he gets his prized Aegis. He's gone for the Dominator. He'll be looking to accelerate his farm here, and at the same time, Na'Vi trying to take their tier 1 tower top. So first one of the game that Secret has given up. Might be going
He's
down.
first on Razor. Wow, looks like something I'd do. That is strange.
Thoughts on why the BOTs?
Guess he wants to handle the Naga split push and is already prepared for it. I think that they also need to push out the lanes because draw one for AKB instead of Dragon Knight, so I don't think they want to hit on the T2s just yet. I think they just want to keep up farming the Ancients and their entire jungle with those 3 heroes. So Razor can push out the lanes, Tide can farm the Ancients, and Draw can farm whatever jungle that the Tide isn't farming. And I also think they need more recovery time for the Enchantress. Enchantress had not the greatest of starts, but now she's number 5 in terms of net worth, so she can build up her Lance, Ags, maybe Midas optional.
Yeah, that Midas definitely paying off. Hope he got it right when they took that tier 1 bottom
Yeah, they're trying to take it
a while ago.
They're trying to take it late, and I don't think they're really concerned about the Naga. Enchantress can steal her illusions, not a big deal. Like, if they want to sleep setup, they have to fight into the Tide Hunter without any good BKB heroes, so...
They can static link them. They have the Drow Ags, which I'm sure Envy will go for, along with the Maelstrom if the game continues at its current pace. So yeah, with DRA being a bit behind at this point, I don't think they're too worried about him.
Nah, they're definitely gearing up for the farm fest.
I mean, it's secret. Does that really surprise
When
anyone?
you have a Drow,
Yeah.
it's not always a
If it were any other
strategy.
team, I'd say well, it's extremely unusual, but that's just where Secret are comfortable. It's really been that way ever since Envy joined the team. They just always want to take it late, or at least have that option of going late if they need to. Secret will begin pushing this tier 2 tower. Doesn't seem like Na'Vi has much interest in contesting Envy over in the mid lane.
Fighting through Aegis and Ravage is just suicide.
And still, even though Secret are split pushing, everyone except the Drow is in the neighborhood. And she can assist from afar.
So they just need a couple more minutes, but they're going to concede at least 1 tower, probably 2 at this rate. Still need, I would say, 2 more minutes left on the Naga Radiance. So not...
And that's when it begins for Naga. Then you gotta get your BOTs, your Manta, your Octarine. It's not like you're ready to go at that point.
I wonder if they're going to actually knock on high ground. Their items aren't really prepped for it, though. With the BOTs and the Midas, this 4,000 gold, it's not really useful. I think if they actually wanted to come into a high ground siege, you would get like a pipe much earlier, or Lance on some of your heroes.
So a 16-minute Blink Dagger. It's not the easiest Batrider game, especially playing from behind. Tide's a great way to counter-initiate. You've got the Oracle as they move on to Arteezy here. They are burning him down quickly. The Sunray. Ooh, he was not ready for that.
Yeah, they. I don't think they can push high ground. Too much spam that they can't really deal with. Sunray plus Chakram. They didn't even expect Firefly for that.
And soon Radiance Riptide. So yeah, Secret might have ways to deal with the Naga illusions, but Na'Vi still have a lot of wave clear.
So it seems like it was the right choice for them to go like super greedy too. Like if even if they had like the non-farming items, I don't think they could have pushed high ground right there. Like it would have been risky for sure. And a good lasso from Na'Vi, perhaps in the Oracle or something like that, could have been disastrous for them. And Na'Vi looking to protect their Ancients. Envy.
They do have Blink now. Ideally the Oracle will be the choice. Is General going to move in? Does get eyes on Envy. He blinks past Envy. Arteezy, meanwhile, though, has found the kill on the Naga side of Ditya. Crucial time to bring him down with the Radiant Under construction. Highlight Die just going to turn calmly, blinks away at the egg. Will finish it off. Now Dendi running in together with Arcstyle. They're still moving forward, but it's into a Ravage with Arteezy there on the backside. 2 more down, 4 heroes dead. The lone survivor, the Batrider. Didn't see how Arteezy got that fight started, but he just mowed through the Naga, it looked like.
Man, they had a good like first 5 minutes, and ever since then it's been all Team Secret, and that's kind of what the Doctor ordered.
Well, now they are going to go high ground here.
They didn't have enough burst to finish the Oracle, even through the lasso. That's a little sad if you're not beat.
Yeah, that's the Roshan, the extra tower gold coming into play. And with that, Dragon Lances on their way out.
And they have Lake security in case this failed, so that's very scary.
Well, if you're going to lose 4 heroes outside the base for Secret, they will push. They'll take the melee. They're going to swoop through here with the Snake of Phoenix. Now General getting involved. He does get on top of the enemy team, but duked down quickly. He sacrificed himself for the greater good. On the back of that, they will find a kill on Envy. Now they look for a bit more. Dendy's still chasing. Big chain coming through. Shot from follow-up onto Arteezy. Can he finish him off? Though Arteezy turns, delivers, brings him down. with the static link as well as just the plasma field there. So it ends up being 2 cleanup kills, but it cost them 2 more cores.
He's so reluctant to use a sleep. Like, I think he could have used sleep to chase 2 more heroes down. I think like 3 heroes would have been caught by the sleep. They can get on top of them. The Drow Ranger's already dead, and I don't think they can fight like that without Ravage and without BKBs. So
that 2 for 2 was very favorable numerically, but it was still 2 cores dying for now.
They could have gotten a lot more because they tried to time that fight as like Drow was on the tail end of her Aegis, so right after her expired. And Secret thought that it was worth it. It's like, okay, we can get a melee Rex out of this worth, but
getting a melee Rex at 18 minutes almost always worth it.
Dire's middle tower
5-man white tail, that would have been, or I think 4 right there with the sleep, but a little bit questionable. Wow.
That last auto attack, like he got singed on the tail by the Razor Whip, but didn't actually cut it off.
So it looks like Navi's also preparing for the longer game. There's even Hand of Midas coming out on Seneko and 700-ish gold. And they do have a Naga, and they do have good wave spam, but they need to make sure they don't lose 4 heroes outside of base, just like last time, and maybe play it a little bit patiently, or wait for a better opportunity, wait for them to like see some heroes TP back before they try and engage like that. I do think that they are too weak to contest Roshan number 2.
We're gonna find the raid boss here. Arteezy, slowed down by a Void, immediately gets zapped right back by the Razor.
He is very fast, 505 without drums, without haste,
Yeah,
like
actually,
without wind lace.
Sanjanyasha, that's a forgotten item.
BOTs, that's not why not. 505 move speed, they can't catch
Well,
him.
of course you're gonna improve.
505 move speed! Dude. They don't have any way to keep him in place. Like, Naga doesn't not have high levels of net. You do not want to lasso the Razor.
No, getting purged is pretty sad.
So you can just walk around in the fight kind of willy-nilly. It's really good for chasing people down with static link too, so you can maximize your damage.
He is here, he's gonna reveal that smoke, but he'll reveal it with his corpse. Quickly brought down by Secret.
I'm surprised his Bloodstone is out there, like, considering like how well he was doing in lane, but just losing that T1 on bottom without having everyone there, like Seneko dying to Arteezy in the mid lane, I think that's actually what changed the game a lot. If he didn't die there, he would have been level 6 with that fight, and they could have actually stopped that T1 and then contested Roche, or Secret probably wouldn't even been in a position to do Roche. So Seneko did a lot of things right in the early game, but that one death kind of undid all the work that he worked up for.
Secret looking to undo Navi. They'll move forward in the top lane. Looking for the game 1 victory here. They've already taken down the mid-racks. They'll begin to siege the top. Glyph gets forced out and the Sunray comes. I'll force Envy back for now, but those Oracle heals help me to mitigate the damage.
So even though they didn't ban out the Drow, it doesn't actually seem like their game plan was amazing. Especially the Naga. We're all kind of questioning the Naga pick, but it hasn't really panned out for them yet at all, and I'm hard pressed to find that it is going to.
It's not a very fast Naga this stage. He's still getting outfarmed by a Razor at 21 minutes. Not often you'll see that. Style moves in, he finds Puppy, and they go. The egg is there in the middle of the break, and they focus it down. They're looking to do so. It might actually drop here, though. That egg, is it going to drop? Seneko gets it off, and now perhaps the fight will turn. Bulba already committing the Ravage, but he's going to likely lose more. 3 heroes down. The Drow, the Tide, and the Oracle, and this time, it's all about the egg.
Okay, that was an amazing egg by Seneko, and he dropped the spirits on them. Tidehunter was like trying to walk there to right-click there, but that was just a terrible
Puppy tried for a while, and then he's like, you know what, I can't actually do anything because I have fire spirits on me, and then he wanted to run, but
it was one of those situations like you think you can start it, and then like once you spend like 1 second on it, you have to commit to it. You can't just like, okay,
now we're
wait.
gonna run, yeah.
You would all just get stunned and you would do no damage. So yeah, that's exactly what Navi needed. And now I think that
it's a big turn of events.
Yeah. No, Naga
right after the Bloodstone as
lanes.
well, up to 15 charges here for Dendi.
Jeez, Secret just getting a little bit cocky, I would say, trying to not expecting the maneuvers from Navi. I think if they just stuck around as 5 and fought under Ravage, like if they had 5 heroes there, I think they could have killed the egg.
Do you want to point out Secret already have 2 hoods? So one on the Oracle, one on the Tidehunter.
They don't have any physical damage, so
we're gonna see the double pipe.
Why not? Aura stacks now.
definitely seemed like a good game for it. On the Na'Vi side, they did grab a Crimson Guard earlier on the Night Stalker, so they're mostly dealing with physical damage, and I've been trying to build to better tank it. We'll see Navi's General moving into the Roshan pit, but there is a quick Boots of Travel TP by Arteezy to the little old golems.
So sleep still hasn't been used yet, but it could be very instrumental in trying to secure Roshan for them. Naga Siren, does she have her BOTs? She should have her BOTs.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so she can kind of hop over to that side of the map they want to contest. Boba, not really with his team, but it's okay. Yeah, he has TP. He has his pipe now. But I don't know. If you're a secret right now, do you actually go for Roche? I think you just like farm up the Ancients and wait for Na'Vi to push out somewhere. Maybe use your Razor to push out some lanes. Like they're pretty strong, but that positioning in the Roshan pit is just so disastrous versus Na'Vi's lineup.
And you can... we've seen Secret go for some fairly risky looking Roches in this tournament, and they are not taking those risks right now. So I think they're just respecting the Na'Vi combo.
I guess it is daytime, and now they have a superior positioning as they like kind of flush them out of the jungle. But it's still not going to be super easy if Na'Vi want to contest. But it's dropping pretty low, and
still no clear sign the Na'Vi wants to come to this one. The Naga can BOT in, but they're running away. They are going to let Secret have it.
So, would like to see them at least try and pressure some towers a little bit harder, and you know, maybe get the T2. And maybe they didn't know that they were pretty sure it was scouted out by the ward. But Naga didn't really seem like she was confident in the motion, or else she would have just been whacking on the T2 herself.
And she has finally managed to eclipse the Arteezy Razor, so Diyara clawing his way back into this game. Was using the illusions to drag the waves out mid and top, slowing down any sort of Secret offensive. But Secret take this opportunity, smoke up, and plunge down south.
So the top side of the map is just 3 observer wards. So by process of elimination, they have to be bumped up.
And indeed, there are 2 bottoms who might get caught out here momentarily. Art style tanking the gang, probably the ideal hero aside from Arteezy. Meanwhile, Arteezy also tanking the gank, but is a lot harder to bring down. They lob out a net on him, and then they say, yeah, we don't want to commit on that Aegis. We're going to back away.
They can't keep him in place. Net is just not enough. And unstable current is also very, very good. So, yeah, BOT's paying off, like in this situation in particular.
Yeah, Na'Vi definitely going to be resorting to some split push, some creep cutting, some Rad Dota here to slow the game down as much as possible.
Did I just see a sudden wave? Oh, what the heck is that?
He was cutting the wave.
Yeah, it like I saw him use it earlier, but then
oh, you saw the
yeah. I don't know.
He's hacking clearly. Someone called out.
Okay, what else?
In the house.
Let's see it.
Secret sieging here. Arteezy out in front for now. The nuke damage is slowing him down. The Sunray ready to go again. We'll delete that wave. Or mostly anyway, but they keep on healing up Arteezy. The Razor gets up nice and close. Real personal here from Artor. Na'Vi still reluctant to go in. They've used their Crimson Guard. They're not engaging during it. Secret will calmly back away again. Mid lane pushing. Top lane going the other way. Na'Vi's favor, but you see the impetus damage from Puppey.
Wow, he's already lost all 3 illusions. I think this is where you go. One got stolen and the other 2 just died. And Pipe's about to come off cooldown. So this is the time.
And they'll keep on going. Secret ready for round 2. Under the breach, they move. And they will get off a good gust there. It's only going to take like 1 more impetus to call Senego. He's really got to find his timing. And he decides the time is now. Swoops in, drops dig on the high ground. General meanwhile getting the last off from Highlight Die, but just melts to the Puppey. Physical and pure damage from that impetus. Has to back away, so they've now committed the Lancer. They did not get the Psalm there. The Egg also down. And with that, they'll be hard-pressed to hold the line. Arteezy continuously healed up the melee racks. About to fall. This is going to be a second lane for Secret unless Na'Vi can find an immaculate team fight in short order. I think they might be all out. the local store. Arteezy diving deeper, looking for art style. Shiva's slowing him down a bit. He's committing for this one. He's going to go all the way into the fountain, gets the kill, then the Yule Scepter. Looking to turn this, but he easily backs away. Almost dying as well, and that's 2 lanes, Ben. Time to make a Megas. Secret have done it.
That was a very well executed. Just slow and steady. Heal people up with your Oracle. Make sure that Arteezy's out in front, so he's taking the majority of the spells. They do have a lot of pure damage, which the fight doesn't really help for, but they have enough heal to go through it when you throw in Puppy's Nature's attendance. And
they're gonna have to buy back now. Night Stalker Committee 1. Draw Ranger though, already bringing down the tower, and now Navi essentially need a team like to.
they still have Ravage.
They're pushing.
I don't know how far they
have Aegis as well. Arteezy happily showing that one off. Not to mention, Secret. I think 3 or 4 heroes sitting on like 3,000 to 4,000 gold at this point. We've definitely got a lot on the carries, Envy as well as Arteezy.
But you're kind of getting
even Puppy up there.
They just got away with murder, not having to use Ravage and just taking a free lane of Rax.
And the Aegis as well. Still available. Yeesh.
Yeah.
What's the comeback plan now?
There is no comeback plan. Naga cannot deal with this.
Type GG and get ready for game 2.
I mean, I hope Secret like get really loose and fight 5v3 or something like that, or overcommit or fountain dive. But outside of something extraordinary, I don't really see a comeback for Navi.
Whenever your potential comeback relies on the enemy team fountain diving, you're in deep.
It's at that point.
You're drowning.
And I think with the Scepter on Razor too, it should be kind of a
auto Rex if they just press R.
Just an easy Rex.
There's the Veil for Phoenix, so I mean we'll see what he can offer, but already that one pipe. Has Oracle gotten a pipe yet as well?
Remember yesterday when we had
just the HUD.
We had the interview with Arteezy, and he said like whenever you're in a position where you feel like you have to do a lot, then you tend to make a lot more mistakes. I think they kind of itemized so that they weren't in that position. Like they could have done rows, they could push towers, they could just sit back and farm, they can split push out lanes, they can also counter split push, they can also team fight. Like they had all these options available to them because of the item build, because of how well that like first 15 minutes of the game went for them, and they haven't really made that many mistakes because of having all these options available to them. And then EB on Drow to close out her items.
And here we go. Secret straight to the top lane now, looking for the Mega Creeps, looking for the GG and the Game 1 victory in this best of 3 winner bracket finals.
So he doesn't have buyback, nor does he have Aegis, so he has to be a little bit careful.
Oh man, Dendi is going to drop fast to the right-click damage. Just one swipe from the Razor. 1/5 of his HP gone. We'll wait for this wave to push out. Actually, they're going to send Arteezy to help expedite the process. And the team will meet in the middle.
So, like, even right now, they don't have to end the game. They could easily just wait for Aegis cheese and then just push for them. They could wait for a buyback on Razor so that if he dies, he can back in. Or they could just man up and suicide on the rack, which I don't really even think would be that bad for Secret, although I don't think it's a really great finesse to pull off.
That's kind of just like beating your head against a brick wall, except the wall actually breaks.
They could do it.
Yeah, that's all. Boba, he's going to try to avoid that though. The Blink Ravage comes through, connection onto Dendi as well as Artstyle, forcing them back. They're likely to lose the Timbersaw here. The chain isn't going to get out in time, and now the impetuses begin to crash in. Arteezy diving Artstyle, Stavi being routed here in the back line, and more importantly, Envy focusing on the racks up front. But they may have to back now. Arteezy, he's lost his Aegis, and now the lasso comes through. It's on the Pylai die. Good find there by General. This time won't die to the impetus damage, and still Secret being pushed back a little bit. Envy though with the Drow Ranger able to kill him. Artstyle turns on the Dendi. The impetuses appear to be a bit too much. Good Sunray. Finally, I think I first saw him in the game. But yeah, they're going to be following for this one. Chakram coming through, as well as the Riptide, but they are forcing Envy back. Can they kill him off as well? He's extremely low here. This would be a big grab for Navi. They're not entirely out of the woods just yet, Secret, and they may lose a third. Bulba, 2 will fall. Chain just severing his head from his bulbous body.
Oh, Dendi did a really good job of staying alive in the fight. I think they took him down with a Ravage, but he had enough Bloodstone charges to be back in the fight for their second round of pushes, and they tried to get on him again because he didn't have any Bloodstone charges, and then they stayed a little bit too long. So like this, it's not super easy. I thought they could just brute force it, because of how far ahead they were, but it looks like they will need the help of Roshan number 3 to close out this game. No BKB on Razor makes life a little bit more difficult, and I think Artsta had a, or General had a really nice lasso onto Pilot.
He's been able to find the Oracle pretty consistently. It's just the last time he found him, he died in one auto attack from Puppey. Well, Naga continuing up to farm at this point. The progression will be into an Octarine core next. I guess the one other concern for Navi is that Naga is not Alchemist. You can't just start redistributing your wealth. So if they only have a farm Naga and they Secret have the answers to illusions, doesn't even matter. Net worth disparity is pretty bleak after you get past the Tipper Saw.
And Roshan's up and looks like next. Okay, it's up. Just respawned. And Navi already headed over there. All the ults are off cooldown, and this actually could be another fight. Without BKBs, they could have some setup with the sleep, especially with no Ravage quite yet, but very soon.
Well, Secret are going to oblige. They move in immediately. Dendi there on one side, General on the other. Chilling in the pit, lobbing out the napalm. Arteezy is going to get in range for an auto attack, but right at that moment, General will blink away. Now, the Night Stalker ultimate gets deployed. They're going to silence Arteezy. Are they going to commit on him is the question. He does not seem like the easiest target.
So they just need to be able to burst down heroes, but all of Navi's heroes are actually pretty difficult to kill. Night Stalker's like pretty fun to back, Dendi's like pretty tanky with Ghost and Yules. Naga isn't going to go in without her illusions. So there is no like easy target for them, whereas Navi, they can just jump the Oracle as soon as possible.
So Secret holding off on the Roshan. Navi not very good at taking it in their own right.
This is a smart play from them. They don't want to fight around the Rosh pit because of the poor position, so they're actually just going to force them back to defend at the base where Secret can spread out like much more.
Or they're just going to hit buildings, and already the Razor ultimate going, they will be forced to glyph here. Secret can just back out if they so choose, but Arteezy, he's thinking twice about it, and here comes the song. Will they get the follow-up combo? Moving forward, General trying to find Envy or perhaps the Oracle with the lasso. He's looking for Pylai Die. The Ravage, though, to interrupt this combo. The egg goes off to the south side, but Secret just ignored and disengaged to the north. Dendi pounding them as they retreat. Pylai Die manages to survive this entire time. Envy fairly healthy. Can they find the follow-up kills here? They lost the Artstyle Night Stalker. 2 down already for Navi, but they are at least bringing Pylo. Is it going to matter? Dendi almost dead to the shotgun, as well as his own Scepter, keeping him alive for the moment. Not going to be enough. He too will fall. Deyara likely to be next. Impetus is crashing in, really forcing him back in short order. And Secret, content with their kills, they go for the Megas here. They will complete their dissection of Navi in game number 1.
That's one of the more underwhelming sleep setups I've seen, but that was a brilliant decision by Secret to not fight around the Rosh pit, because there's nowhere to retreat to if you get egged, like at the pit. Like, they all just ran up the hill and retreated under the guise of Ravage, and then they protected their Oracle, and once their Oracle was alive, none of the other cores are going to die.
And now they go Rosh.
Yeah.
So Secret playing it safe, playing the odds, and coming out on top.
So Navi, they haven't banned the Drow a lot, but it seems like they still lose a lot to the Drow Ranger, so it's never like a guaranteed win for them. So I don't know how they feel about it, but maybe looking for one last fight while they're up against Mega. Secret still looking for that better positioning, and Navi don't even have all their ultimates available.
And look how cautiously Secret are playing. They're like, let the lanes push, let the Mega Creeps do their thing. We don't have to commit. We might be able to win a fight, but we don't need to. And well, then they still get lassoed. Arteezy pulled back real far, and I can see why they were cautious. Navi finding a nice pick there, but that top lane is shoving in, bottom lane is moving forward.
Oracle perhaps a little bit too cautious because he wasn't there to false promise.
Well, they're going to dive that Oracle next. Pylai Die, though, fairly healthy here. Has committed that false promise. Silence, bag up on the high ground, great positioning here. I don't think Puppey alone can focus this thing down at this point. Navi diving heroes with the tier 4 towers, having yet to take a Rax of their own, with all tier 2 still standing, but creeps are moving into their base at the tier 4 tower. They find 3. That characteristic Navi aggression working its magic here, and even looking for Envy, but now they've overextended a bit. Dendi needs to back away, slowing him down. The shotgun's there. Chat makes his way up to the high ground, courtesy of the chain, and then tries to clear some trees. Back down to the low ground. Yule's there to interrupt that last chain, and silenced and dead. Will deny himself, but creeps are marching then, and now Navi have to go home.
Too little too late for Navi. I do like that move from them, but I mean, you're already fighting against Megas and Secret. You know, they are playing like very seriously. Like a lot of things you'll see, like, you know, maybe brute force at last rags, or not take Roche, or, you know, just any number of moves that would decrease their chance of victory. But I think that Secret are playing like this is a super important game, as it is. But
I mean, they're playing it like it's a TI main event match. They're not taking any risks. They know they have megas. Force Navi to overcommit. Let the creeps win you the game. It's a safer route to take.
it's a good mentality to have.
Yeah. Hey, it's only, what, 10 days away now? 9 days away, so
And
if
now-
you're not already in the mindset, you need to be real soon.
They're sticking together as all5. The only time they lost that like large fight was when they weren't as 5. So just need to stick in a unit and make sure that you have good positioning. Don't fight near cliffs where Phoenix thrive.
Well, Navi are still looking to fight this one out. They can bring their Naga in, but they're going to lose art style before she even gets there. To BOT forward to try and assist the team. To Yara, the Secret continue to play safe. Those Naga illusions holding the waves back as best they can, but if it's getting out and getting aggressive, that
Maybe they can get a sleep steal here.
will be tough. Russia not low enough for that just yet.
Yeah, they need vision of it though. You normally they'd have the Night Stalker Ags.
These illusions are just not really tanky enough. One gets killed off, the other taking over, and now the Lasso going to bring Volva up onto the high ground, keeping the Tidehunter out of the picture. Now it doesn't really matter if the Lasso gets dispelled or not, as he won't be able to ravage in the middle of the team fight. Arteezy isolated, pretty good separation here as they look to bring down Puppey. Courtesy of the Sunray, they will do so again. Na'Vi fighting this, but finally, and Arteezy has had enough. He's just BOT'd into the Radiant Phase. He's going for structures. He says, "The hell with it. Go home, you bastards." You're going to respond with a Song of the Siren while the Roshan skirmish does continue. But Arteezy, well, that's another way to force them back. And they did get the steer forward, so a lot of structural damage. Even if he goes down, he'll slay Zaneko. Diarra still chasing him. Artstyle will as well. The Void's there. They get the kill in the end, but this frees up the rest of the team. No wolf sacrifice from Arteezy.
Nice try that again. It's pretty close.
I mean, I think at this point, Navi,
Immortality.
surely they're out of it. Mega creeps, feeling exposed. Tier 2's all standing for Secret. You can't even win the game in one fell swoop. It's got to be like 3 or 4.
They still have like really good team fight coordination though. I still don't know what was up with them for like the first 15 minutes, but like ever since they got Mega Creeps, they're actually playing like extremely well.
Well, they want a good challenge, I suppose.
And they won't get that. Naga is also like not the best hero to deal with Mega Creeps.
Yeah, once they have that much health, the Radiance burn, it's a little underwhelming.
And your illusions will die, and she's not a good lifesteal hero. Like ideally you want like Medusa, I would say, is probably one of the best ones. Ember is also really good because he can push up multiple lanes at once, but Naga can push up multiple lanes at once, but like not very
quickly.
Not very quickly. Rain is, as you mentioned, only does so much, and she's not going to carry Maelstrom. She's not going to get a HOD, and their other heroes do not do any physical damage.
41 minutes in, Secret has Navi bloody, battered, and on the ropes.
Now it's time for them to get BKB, so like now there's like almost no chance that the egg is going to survive in a fight, even with the Song of the Siren.
Can they knock them out of the ring fully? That's the question. Secret looking to close Navi out. They creep in under cover of smoke. The creeps marching towards the base. Naga Illusions holding the line. And Puppey quickly dealing with one. There are always more coming from the Lady Naga. You can see Artstyle just creeping about. Keep the vision game strong and Secret, very deliberate here. And making sure creeps are up on high ground before they even think about poking their heads up. Don't want to risk or overextend at all. You can see the Envy Illusions up in the top lane, working there to keep all 3 lanes moving forward in the Secret direction.
Might want to wait until darkness ends so that Pi feels a little bit safer. Should be very, very soon.
Be a long time before that cools down. And now the song. They're going to set this one up. It's a pretty good catch. 3 heroes looking for the backliners. General trying to figure out who his last target will be, and he ends up looking for Arteezy. Arteezy just pops the BKB though, goes past it. Biding their time, perhaps fighting a bit too much. The Ravage comes through, connects on multiple Navi heroes. Artstyle and Diarra being forced back. Artstyle will be finished off. Perhaps Diarra a bit luckier, but creeps marching in the meanwhile. And finally, Navi will call GG. It was going to be a Herculean task at best to come back once you were up against Mega Creeps, and they just didn't have enough. Secret take it 1-0.
I think that's a good lesson too. Like, never let your foot on the pedal when you're against Navi, because they will fight to the bitter, bitter end.
That was very patient and deliberate Dota from Secret. I think that's what you need against Navi.